All right. I want to talk about the new Mission Impossible movie because it just came out, within the last month, and I'm not always on top of talking about things right when they come out because these things take a little time to put out. So I'm going to try to get better at having a quicker turnaround when talking about these things. So, Mission Impossible 8. Or Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning. Always weird noises. So, this was kind of touted as the end game for Mission Impossible movies, and they were talking about it like it was Tom Cruise's big finale. Trying to make it seem like he. And by the way, we're going to talk spoilers here because the movie's been out, a couple weeks now. If you want to go watch a spoiler-free review, there's plenty of professionals out there that are doing that. So yeah, this was touted as kind of like the big finale for Tom Cruise. It's a long movie. Sadly, I didn't think it was one of the better Mission Impossible movies. I mean, my favorites are obviously the original, Mission Impossible 3, Ghost Protocol. Fallout was probably the best one in my opinion, although Rogue Nation was also really good. But it kind of falls short of those top tier ones, mostly because it's a long movie. There's a lot of parts that feel really drawn out. It does have an incredible cast. They really pulled out the stops, although they really leaned into like a lot of flashbacks from old movies and stuff like that. And in my opinion, most of it kind of felt a little unnecessary. Felt like they kept reiterating the same points over and over again. This is why this is bad. This is why we got to stop it. It was just one of those things. Like, it felt like they were trying really hard to remind us what the stakes were, and it's like, we get it. It's like the end of the world. We gotta save the day. So, all in all, it was a good time. It kind of opens with like a big emotional moment with Ving Rhames' character who sacrifices himself, and he he's been a part of the franchise for the whole thing. I think he's been in every one. There may have been one that he wasn't really in. I think there may have been one he wasn't really in, but then he like shows up at the very end for like a cameo. But generally he's been there for every one. So it was like sad to see him go, but this franchise is like a little long in the tooth in terms of just like how many times does the same person save the world over and over again. It's like, all right, we get it, man. I was kind of expecting a little bit more of like a tie-in with all the other movies. Instead, it kind of felt like they were like forcing a lot of things in, like, oh, this character's in here and they're related to this person from the first movie. And it's like, okay, you could have just, brought back another actor from one of the previous ones. It would have been a little bit more exciting. Like bring back the helicopter pilot from Mission Impossible 2. Like, give him some fun lines. Have him do like a cool sequence. Maybe they didn't want to compete with Tom Cruise flying every vehicle known to man, but just like little stuff like that would have been appreciated more, other than like, hey, remember that one movie that came out forever ago? Like, we're now going to retroactively tie it into this one. And, so there was a lot of stuff like that. Like, Nick Offerman's in the movie. He plays like one of the head of like the Secretary of State or something like that. And it just felt like completely unnecessary. Like, they were trying to force all these actors into these scenes and make it seem like what they were doing was really important. When like, and like, I get like why, I get that they were trying to show like the stakes in action, but then it felt like there was a lot of times where they were cutting back to that, and I was like, I don't care about these people. Just go back to the mission, So at the end of the day, it was a fun time, but not as much action as I would have liked. The the finale is kind of you know. Like I almost like, again, spoiler alert, Tom Cruise doesn't die. So this isn't even like, there's like a good chance this isn't even the last one. Like they could just bring him back again and make more, so we'll see what happens there. But all in all, you know, what can you do? I'd give it like a B. If I had to give it a rating, it was like a B, maybe like a B minus. But all right, on to the next thing.